Less than 2% of sperm donors in the U.S. are black. And this is putting black women into situational infertility. Situational infertility.
Situational infertility.
Situational infertility.
Who are the artists behind these glorious epiphanies? Are these women victims of situational infertility, or are they simply victims of the war? So let me get this straight. The strong, independent, I don't need a man, sisterhood is also the victim of situational infertility.
Situational infertility.
Are they victims, or has the upper echelon of society's men found her or them unworthy of childbirth? Maybe these women that refuse to submit to a man should not have the right to have children.
And I feel like men who have issues with women not submitting to them are the ones who do not show any real leadership qualities.
Truth is, there are a lot of attractive, educated, strong, independent women in this situation right now. Instead of just admitting that they were wrong about men and change their masculine ways to find a suitable mate, they would rather spend thousands making babies with total strangers or freezing eggs because accountability is just not an option. For example,
and she spends her weekends peddling through sperm banks, looking through catalogs to try to find a donor. Honey, you don't know if your baby daddy will be an axe murderer or a child molester, because what you will know is that he needed $10 to get him a medium-sized pizza, so he ejaculated in a cup so you could have a kid. Now check that.
Situational infertility.
First off, let us all fire off a round in the air for our Dark Army assassin, codename Busy Dizzy 99, for giving us the inspiration behind this Cobra intelligence briefing. Now, before we go any further into this rabbit hole, Lord Destro requires you to push that like button and smash that bell in the name of Cobra, and leave a comment below to appease the nosy algo, because as we all know, Big Brother is always watching. Now let the Jubakari commence.
Our future rests with Destro now.
Because there's such a shortage, it means that black women who are single or in same-sex relationships, they're being forced into a painful choice. Choose a donor of a different race and have a biracial baby, or go to unregulated online apps and Facebook groups to find a black donor, which comes with its own set of financial, legal, and health risks.
Is there really a shortage of black sperm? Or is there honestly such a surplus of single independent, I don't need no man women that want black sperm, but these poor banks cannot keep up? Let us take her statistic of 2% as given. Well, then I ask you, how much should the number be? 20, 50, 90%? Well, if black men are roughly 6 to 7% of the overall population, 2% sounds about right. Let us also take into account that these delusional independent women most likely also pick sperm the same way they pick men on Hinge. Out of this 2%, they probably want the 6'3", 220-pound, 6% body fat football star with green and hazel eyes, a man they can never actually touch in real life. So hear this. Any black man or man in general in Western society that donates his sperm is doing all men a disjustice. You are literally feeding the machine that you are complaining about. In some cases, you are making yourself obsolete. For what, a $10 pizza? My comrades, if a woman wants your seed, it must come from the source.
Secretly trying to have a baby. Aniston says she tried in vitro fertilization treatments and wishes that someone had told her to freeze her eggs. The actress, now 53, says she has zero regrets how things have worked out and feels better than ever.
Jennifer Aniston wishes that someone would have told her what? That she should focus on her family over her career? That her eggs will eventually dry up? Or that even though she's one of the most attractive women in Hollywood, she may end up alone with a dog and a glass of Pinot Grigio? You mean someone like St. Kevin Samuels? Come on now. If Kevin Samuels was around in her 30s, she would have been on the first flight to Atlanta, pitch and fork in hand to lynch St. Kevin Samuels. If a rich, attractive woman like Jennifer is desperate for a man and family, what do you think the average 5 or 6 is really going through? Especially as she watches a large chunk of these men board Spirit Airlines with Lord Destro to hunt exotic tenderloin. The other chunk of these men are scared to have kids with Western women because they don't want to be indentured slaves to the child support system or victims of the Gender Income Wealth Redistribution Act.
For all my kids, I pay $1,175 a month in child support. And I have seen my twins 2 times in 9 months.
I wasn't able to really put up much of a fight in court because I was making $30 every 2 weeks.
These fathers are not deadbeat, they're dead broke.
This is the true cause of their bitterness. This is the reason for Taraji P. Henson's unhappiness.
How happy are you?
I don't know, to be quite honest.
Why?
I thought I was happy, but the things that I thought, I'm gonna get emotional, I don't want to. The things that I thought was making me happy, they don't cut it anymore.
This is the real reason for Vivica Fox's mean grimace, or why she cries over not seeing a child that is not hers.
No.
We don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. I don't make you feel uncomfortable. Seriously. Is it too... Do you want me to move on?
I haven't been able to see my godson for 2 years. I miss so much.
The gods work in mysterious ways. I say this because their bitterness has actually set us free. Most modern men are now impervious to shaming attacks and chivalrous calls to duty for street harlots with multiple bodies and bastard children. The new man is only concerned with his own happiness and will only share his wealth and seed to women that are worthy of it. Offshore families will also be a favorable option for the initiated gentlemen, aka passport bros, because this is the way.
As it should always be. This is the way.
This is the way. Where are all the black sperm donors? There have been a shortage in supply in recent years. Experts believe the reason is due to a lack of trust for the medical community. And there could be other reasons. Tonight, we're learning how it's affecting a lesbian couples hoping to conceive.
So out of maybe 200 donors, I'm going to say that we ran across 6 that were actually black.
Damn.
Situational infertility.
But wait a minute. You didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blasphemy. And although you will never be worthy of a monarch such as myself, Lord Destro would suggest that you poor fools at least give oligarchy a try. So evil, Lord Destro has spoken.